Hello fellow Morsonians, Chris here, or Kit as I'm known to my friends. I have the website Morse, Lewis and Endeavour.com, which as the name suggests is all about what I refer to as the Morse Universe. In these difficult and trying times, some of us are doing our best to keep busy. In that vein, here are my choices of what to watch in the Morse Universe while we self-isolate. I will recommend 5 episodes from each of the 3 series, and I hope it helps you to choose an episode you haven't either watched before or haven't watched for quite some time, or maybe like me, you sometimes suffer from choice paralysis. Well, the Morse Universe does have 96 episodes, so choice paralysis is understandable. Now my choices are in no particular order of preference. Let's start with the original Morse series. My first choice is an obvious one, but I make no apology for that. It's Masonic Mysteries, Series 4, Episode 4. Now this episode has everything that most Morse fans love about the Morse series. Opera, Mozart, the Red Jag,
What are you going to do
pubs.
now?
I'm going down the pub. I'm going to show my gratitude to Lewis in the time-honoured way, just as soon as they're open.
Open all day now, sir.
And intrigue and, sadly, Morse trying and failing to find love. Though it is a little strange knowing that his girlfriend in this episode, Beryl Newsom, is Kevin Whately's wife in real life. On top of all that, he has some of the best British character actors, like for instance Ian McDiarmid.
I learned there was no night, no day, no life, no death.
This episode also includes the appearance of Desmond McNutt, played by the wonderful Ian Cuthbertson. Though this character is only on screen for a short time, he's had a lasting effect on Morse fans, who now wait with bated breath for his appearance in the Endeavour series. Ian Cuthbertson was a giant of the Scottish stage and screen, who strides across this episode like Hamlet along his castle.
Well, you can leave out the literary flourishes, Morse. They were always a weakness.
Oh, sorry about that, getting carried away. Moving on. Masonic Mysteries is a thrilling episode, and it helps to show why Morse was one of the biggest shows of the late 80s and 90s. My second choice is episode 1 of the 6th series, Dead on Time. In this episode, we get to meet the woman who broke Morse's heart back in his university days, and he's never fully recovered from that event. Her name is Susan, and she's played in this episode by Lawrence Fox's aunt, Joanna David. Joanna David and John Thaw are at the top of their respective games, as we watch and see if they can rekindle that great love affair, or will Morse's heart be broken again? It's an episode that's high in emotion, but still manages to include humour, something that the Morse series was always capable of doing, even in the most intense episodes.
Oh, it's quite a machine, sir.
Better than any beast, Sergeant. Doesn't eat, doesn't poo. 1 hour 3 times daily keeps me fit as a flea. You should have one, believe me.
Oh, I wouldn't know where to put it, sir.
Between your knees, man.
If you want to know why Morse is the way he is, this is the episode you need to watch. My third choice is episode 3 of the 6th series, Death of the Self. Why this choice? Well, it would be very shallow for me to include this episode just because it has the lovely Frances Barber. And no, it's nothing to do with that plunging top that apparently Frances put on backwards. Honestly, it's nothing to do with that. Nothing at all. I mean, oh, hell. Let's move swiftly on. This episode has Lewis and Moose. So, Lewis and Moose, I mean Morse, are visiting Italy to investigate a death, but more importantly, to investigate the slimy Russell Clark, played by the star of Foyle's War, Michael Kitchen. What more can you want? Sunshine, Italy, beautiful music, and no, not that dress. Not honestly. Oh, just let's move on to the next episode. Next up, we have Death Is Now My Neighbour. This is one of the 6 specials that were made to bring the Morse series to an end. In this episode, we are spoiled for choice in regard to great British actors. We have Richard Bryars, who plays against type as the loathsome Clixby Bream.
You know about his experience?
I know about Adele Cecil, if that's what you mean.
She wasn't the only one.
There is Judy Lowe, Roger Allam, who of course becomes the future Fred Thursday, John Sharpnell, and Maggie Steed, who plays the repulsive Angela Stores. The episode's main claim to fame is that Morse reveals his Christian name at last, and the reaction from Lewis is priceless.
You poor sod.
So, my fifth and final choice in the Morse series is the first episode of the 7th series, Deadly Slumber. In this episode, we get to see a side of Morse that we don't often see, his compassionate side. The episode stars the great Scottish actor Brian Cox as Michael Steppings, a man whose daughter has been left brain dead after a surgical error. Steppings believes his daughter's brain death was due to negligence. Morse feels deeply for Steppings and his loss, so much so he brings Steppings' daughter flowers.
What you did? This is for the flowers. All the time my girl's been there, you're the first person to treat her as though she's still alive.
Like Morse, we the viewer become unusually sympathetic to someone who's a suspect in a murder, and much of that is down to the wonderful acting of Brian Cox. Well, that's us come to the end of the first part of my 3-part series on my choices to watch during self-isolation. Now, I hope you all take care. Second part will be here soon, and that will be on the series Lewis. That will be coming very shortly, hopefully within the next few days. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please subscribe not only to my website, but to my YouTube channel as well. All details can be found in the info box in YouTube or on my website. So take care and take comfort in the Morse Universe.